Guys, I'm back. I managed to tweak this count. Tried different counters. I tried to one counter that managed to support multiple counters, but you could always have only one at a time. So I just went ahead and did something with the built-in counter, and I'm reading the text from file instead of capturing the display. So currently we are at map number 3, so I've put the counter at map number 3. And this counter will help me keep track of how many maps I do without drop. I really wanted to make a counter for blue and orange drops, but then I'll have to use the other two for one of those, so just disregard this. Just gonna count the current streak, that's gonna be enough for now, I assume. And yeah, it took me longer than expected to add such a simple thing. I don't know why there isn't a built-in option to add a source for this and just a hotkey to modify this, but okay. So map number 3. I'll try and get a drop on this frontier. Swap to the Railmaster and get a drop on whichever frontier there, maybe on the Hive-It, because I haven't played Hive-It. And then I'll probably go play some Titan Quest. So this is gonna be hopefully a short stream, including my previous part of it.
Insufficient mana.
So yeah, when I feel hungry for dinner, I'll have my break, and then after the break I'll do some Titan Quest leveling. But for now, let's keep farming here. See if the game thinks we deserve a drop today.
You need mana.
I'm not really fond of this font. I will go ahead and quickly change the font to something normal. It does look cool, maybe. Let's try something. Seems much better to read that. Okay, let's keep going. If I didn't set it now, I would have forgotten to do it probably later. So the sooner I remember to do something, the better. It is to do it soon as well. Oh, I had to forage some comet fragments. So I need to remember to gather some stones. Let's see, did I miss any stones on my way? So yeah, I might actually, before I walk out, if I remember to do so, I'll go in a public zone and keep gathering a lot of like those. I know some of the goblin maps have a huge deposit of those, where you have like 4 or 5 right next to each other and you can just farm that there. Seems like the best place to farm stones is, I think, was it Goblin Village or Gob Town? I think it was Goblin Village or the next zone, third or fourth Goblin zone, right, from the public zones. Okay, we did get legendary. It's a good one. It's a Leto stud. This is something I've been wanting to get for quite some time. 10.7, 43.7. Not a good roll on the crit damage, but it can surely replace this one. I'm only losing 3.4 damage here, and here it's 4.1, so just a bit of flat damage lost, but a lot of crit damage gained, and an extra crit chance. So this is something I really needed to get as a drop on this character. Now I need something like this with a bog chance, and it's gonna be nice. So yeah, we have to reset the streak to 0. We have to reset the streak to
Decreased map streak, 2. Decreased map streak, 1. Decreased map streak, 0.
because after this map we'll be starting from the 0, from the 1 actually. But for now it's 0. When we start I'll make it to 1. Oh, sandstone. I shouldn't forget. I'm farming for a new bane. Give me those comet fragments, because I need to craft a new relic weapon. So I probably should have been farming a lot of those resources by now, but I've been avoiding that gathering while mapping. Because I did have one of each relic weapon, even a few of some. But I knew the day would come eventually when I would need some materials to craft something, and I wouldn't have those. Okay, I'll do those on my way back. Let me do a circle around there. Get the shrine first. Let's get those here. Oh, he went back to the ground. Thought I wouldn't have to wait for him to do his spawning dance. Call those the dancing skeletons, because they do something like a little dance before you could actually hit them. I really want to clip those and just to make a gif from the little dancing animation and keep it on wool. But I want it with no background, just the skeleton with his animation. Kinda reminds me of the Ali McBeal baby, the dancing baby in Ali McBeal. Although many viewers probably won't even know what Ali McBeal is, which is understandable.
You're badly hurt.
Oh! I was too greedy, I was too greedy. I was like, okay, I can kill him, I can heal him. Before he kills me. It is a damage enhanced map, so they're doing double damage. Kind of annoying, but actually pretty nice. Because I like that extra challenge, having to not just be able to face tank everything. Okay, it was kinda nearby here, so at least I didn't have to run back all the way. But the thing is, sometimes when you die, killed by legendaries or elites, they die. They don't drop your stuff. Sometimes they do, but most of the times when you come back, they're nowhere to be found and there's no wood. I hope they can fix that soon. I think I reported it, so I would avoid reporting it again. But I don't know. I can't remember if I reported this or not. I reported a lot of things with the feedback button, so kinda hard to keep track. And more sandstone. Please give me a comet fragment. The sooner I start crafting the stuff, the better. So I'll be hoping for a lot of mine maps like this one, like the underground, where there aren't many trees. There aren't any trees at all, unless you wood those piles of wood. But there's lots of stone to gather and ore. There should be a skeleton coming from here. I knew it. Every single time. I keep waiting here, then the sooner I reach this part here, he starts spawning. Maybe that's the trigger, you need to enter from the other side before it can start spawning.
Your mana is low.
And for everyone joining in later today, if you're wondering what this streak is,
Legendary Roulette is a mini-game where the goal is to run maps in each frontier until I get a legendary drop. Once I do, I change frontiers. When I get a drop from each frontier I change characters.
This is an explanation of what I'm doing in this streak text you're seeing, in this part here somewhere. Is exactly this, how many maps I've done. Oh, nice. Exactly what I needed, Comet Fragment. It's a streak of how many maps I've done so far without a drop. This one just dropped me an item, so I set it back to 0. Once I start the next map, I'll set it to 1. And I need to change characters after this map, honestly. I need to go on my Railmaster, which is fun. I haven't played him today. I'll probably do the other frontier for extra variety on the farming front. I think he even has his Hybrid gear on, so there's that. Okay, my pet keeps 1-2-shotting bosses. He's the real boss in the game. The Bossman Freebird. Oh, Wifebound Focus. If only I didn't have that much health on killing Netherrealm. I'll just get rid of it. I really don't think this is worth keeping. Yeah, let's change characters now. I probably should have collected the map that was crafted before this. Puffing Billy. Let's do some choo-choo. So a bit of news to anyone who wasn't part of my first stream of Torchlight Frontiers today, before I made a small pause to fix something. The news is that they are working on adding a respec system, which is a big yay, since the new skill system would increase the number of skills every character has, and bringing lots of options to mess around with builds, especially with the synergies between leveling one skill boosting another, and so on. So a big yay, hopefully this gets added soon. And the way they want to do it is kind of like Path of Exile. Path of Exile has a system where you farm specific items that give you the ability to use one of those items to have one respec point. And in this game they would create some specific item. They don't know the name of the item yet, what it would be, but you would be able to use it, and you would be able to undo 1 point spent on a skill. What they said is these respect items will enable you to undo 1 point spent on a skill. Pretty decent, pretty neat, and very solid. So looking forward to the new update, even though this doesn't seem to be making it into the new update. It will follow soon, I assume. And that is why I will learn every single skill on this class And on the mage, I will showcase all of those skills, and then when I decide what I want to do, I would just unspec with this item once it gets added. For a while I would just have some skill points spent in skills I don't need and I don't use. Understandably so. So my builds for a while may not be as powerful as they could get, but it's worth it to have this sacrifice in order so I can make some content, showcase the skills to people that might want to see them, make a YouTube video or two. I will also try to make some build videos once the update hits us, because now the game would actually have a point of making build videos, because before it was one or the other, you had like 2, maximum 3 builds, but with the new update there would be way more options, and I can't say the exact number because I haven't seen the new skills, I haven't seen the synergies, all of them. But one thing's for sure on the mage, Dark Spears and Holy Fury would be a good option. Okay, this is something that happens, it just takes me a while sometimes to load up the textures of the monsters. Oh, I've got the build track skill, just a moment, let me get rid of the build tracks and put this here. Okay, there we go. I don't really want to use the train now. Sometimes it helps me get unstuck though, so it is. I was playing with the train build yesterday for a while, with train and mortar. It is fun, not my kind of fun, but it is fun. So I'll surely make a build with it and make a video about it so that people could know what changed. There's gonna be 2 new train card skills. Currently we have 3 of those and a passive. The passive will be gone, and that would mean we would have the build tracks, the mortar and the shield. I'm not sure what the name was, shield car and mortar car. So we'll have 2 more car skills to go along with build train.
Your endurance is low. You need more endurance.
Okay, that was nice, Sony. Let me use my relic weapon. Oh, actually, this was a low level relic weapon. I just kicked myself in the foot. Oh no, it's not a low level. Okay, for a second I thought I was playing with my wall because I have a low level
Your endurance decreases.
flaming destroyer, but it seems it was on my mage.
You are exhausted.
Okay, Fight of Shadows. What a lovely way to play the game. A game of shadows. Let's play some more Game of Shadows. That could be a new game mode where you just see silhouettes of yourself and the monsters you're fighting. Like a pitch dark mode. doing an imbo map mode. I actually forgot to do this.
Increased map streak, 1.
Not enough endurance.
Actually, do I have high vid gear on? Yeah, it seems like I've got high vid gear on. So this gives me HP and physical damage. If I get green pants with physical damage and poison, I could just swap that for green and put that in my wardrobe, the blue one. Also I need to gather those, because I'm collecting common fragments to craft a new poison relic weapon. For this frontier, I've got one for the goblin frontier maxed out, so now I need to get one for this frontier. Really looking forward to the day that this weapon would be fixed, because it seems like an awesome weapon with the passive skills it's supposed to have that are not working.
Not enough endurance.
Do I have something to put instead of the shield? Maybe this? Let's use this. Shoulders with extra crit damage. I need poison and crit chance better than the ones I've got. We don't need all that bulk chance and poison and high with armor for now, I think. It's not a toxic map, so let's just use this offhand for.
You need more endurance.
Starting to feel a bit hungry, so I'll only do this frontier. I won't do the goblin frontier on this character. Then I'll make a post, and after that there's gonna be some Titan quest time. It's my variety Wednesdays day.
Your endurance is
I did some Titan quest before Torchlight. Then I had an afternoon snack. I streamed a bit on the mage. Now it's time for this guy.
not enough endurance.
And I should probably come up with a schedule. In some days I'll be playing evenings Titan quest, in days Torchlight, in others it would be the other way around. For now I'll just do as I feel, but I need to probably make a proper schedule. And this would give me time to test
Endurance is low.
how playing two games at the same time would work, because I want to play Borderlands in September, Borderlands 3. So it's perfect opportunity to test shuffling one game and the other.
You are exhausted.
Okay, so far one map, no go.
Increased map streak, 2.
Oh, I forgot to loot that stone next to the portal. Well, next time. crafting infested forest. All of this is going in the for sale tab. I started crafting something yesterday. Or was it today? 10 hours, 2 minutes left. On the Bane. Also actually wanted to make a flaming destroyer, not a Bane. I started crafting the Bane. That's why I needed the comment fragment. Okay, makes sense. Double HP map, okay, that explains why some of them don't get one shot when they normally.
You are exhausted.
What is the name of this class?
This class is called Railmaster. Railmaster, and I'm currently using a build that's not standard. If you want, I can show you what the standard build for this class. Just let me kill those monsters that are around me. And use my relic weapon. And hello again, Vex Season 27. Nice to see you again. So the regular build is something like this.
I've been lurking the whole time.
Okay, nice. Something like this is the regular build. I can even show you one more thing that many people use. So you basically have this train and you build tracks, and wherever you go you build tracks. And this skill that I put on number 2 is a mortar. As you can see, it shot a mortar there. What I've put on number 1 is a shield. I can quickly show you the descriptions of the skills. This is mortar car. It has an active and a passive skill. And this is the shield car. It also has an active and a passive skill. The upcoming patch, which is probably gonna hit us next week or the week after, will add 2 more skills for the car, for the train. So it's gonna be fun. It's still fun, it's just not my kind of fun, so I'm not a fan of playing that type of summoner.
That's
where you have
actually
to
kinda
babysit it.
crazy but unique.
Yeah, it's crazy but unique. Many people, not many, but some people don't like this thing about the game, because every class is like a gimmicky class. I just read something like that on Reddit. So there are those kind of people who want something standard, who don't like the uniqueness of the game. But that's the whole charm of the game, its uniqueness. Each single class has something special, like something that's not your typical hero from a typical ARPG. The mage has its white and dark magic balancing. The forge has its heat buildup. This guy has its train. And see, even though he has its train, I still play it without the train, because I personally don't like the train mechanic. I don't like having to not be attacking while I'm building the tracks. If I can use all the other skills while building the tracks, sure, I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, you know, if I want the train to follow me, I have to keep spamming the build track skill, and I don't really enjoy doing that. It feels like I'm babysitting something instead of playing. It's still a way of playing. Some people would enjoy it, not me, but it's fun. It's not something that's like boring. I can see how some people would have much fun playing such a class.
Technically you are attacking by bringing the train to the spot you want. Yes, set up
Yes,
then fight.
technically you're bringing him so he can attack, especially if you have mortar car. That means that both the main car and the mortar car can attack. For now, let's just play a bit with the train, because you seem to enjoy watching it. I'll just get rid of the shield card. I really don't
And
need
I
that
see your
extra
point
detail.
about the babysitting.
Look, if I'm not babysitting it, I can use this skill. It gives me movement speed for 50 movement speed for 2 seconds. And I'm moving faster if I count the increased movement speed. Of course I can use it even on a train build, but then I need to rebuild the tracks. And in order for the mortar card to show, I need to do a few movements before it appears. The first card appears right away, but the mortar doesn't appear with the first track. You need to lay out a second tile of track. So if you want to bring the mortar, you have to spend some time to set it up. And if you don't have the mortar out, you can't use the active mortar
You can
card
have whatever
skill.
build you want, man, no problem here.
It's okay, I don't mind showing it to the viewers. There might be some other people who want to see it. So let's play this map with this guy until the end. And the next one I'll revert back to my normal build. And this ghost train is my favorite skill. This let me just show you. This thing. It deals a lot of damage, it knocks back everything on its path. It passes through some obstacles, so you can get monsters behind some rocks and stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing. And I use it in my normal build.
Your endurance is decreasing.
So they named the build with the train, they named Conductor. Pretty much Conductor of Pain. Whereas the build I use, they named Lineage. That's Q3. So that's pretty nice.
You need more endurance.
And the Dusk Mage per se has dark magic, white magic.
You're feeling tired.
Okay, I use my relic weapon here.
You need more endurance.
Okay, I thought I told him to shoot there. Oh, some stones.
You need more endurance.
You can kite the minions back to your train.
Oh yeah, of course. But the time it would take me to kite them to the train, I could just do another skill and kill them if they're next to me. So it's okay. Regardless what you do, you kill stuff easy. Regardless what skills you take, you can kill stuff easy. Some skills are a bit slower than others. Others, of course, are faster and more effective. The train build seems to be the meta
LOL,
build.
boss fights are probably nice with it.
Exactly. People say that the train is the meta build, the more DPS build compared to the between the two builds.
Your endurance is
And that is because there is such thing called endurance that probably needs to be rebalanced, the endurance cost of skills. I've sent some feedback how I think some of the skills of the train master, a Railmaster train master, as I call it, the one that uses both trains and AoEs. Some of the skills need some rebalancing in order to be on par with the mage. Because with the mage you can just clear everything in seconds. Here you need probably...
I'm on a call. Going lurk again.
Alright dude. Nice talking with you. Yes guys, as I was saying, this guy, each 4 seconds spent killing mobs on a mage, this guy needs an extra second. If he's playing a mixed build or a purely AoE build. So the mage seems to be faster, especially with energy spike spamming. And in order to get this guy on par, I think he needs just some flexibility. And not flexibility to do more damage, flexibility to spread out his damage into different areas.
Your endurance is low.
Like, what I sent to the developers as feedback is Ghost Train. If Ghost Train does half the damage but costs half the endurance, you would be able to spread it into 2 different areas of trash mobs and do half of the damage but still one-shot most of the larvas and the little goblins and so on. 150% damage is enough to one-shot those. But you could like send one here and at the same time right after it without having to wait for the regen, send one there and kill 2 different paths of monsters. The same way you can do different energy spikes with the mage within those seconds. So 2 endurance charges for 150 weapon damage seems like a better option. You can still send 2 trains in the same direction for the exact same effect, and it's just extra flexibility of how you can use the skill. It's not even a nerf. It's not reducing the damage, it's not increasing the damage, it's not reducing the cost without doing anything to the damage. So that's just extra flexibility there to make the skill a bit more useful. As for my other favorite skill, well, all of my skills are favorite, the ones that I use in my actual build, which is this build. This skill, 4 seconds stun, 150% weapon damage, 75% chance to stun. If it's 2 seconds or 3 seconds stun, but the area of effect is increased, currently I think it hits something like this. If you make it slightly further, like let's try and hit the center of this thing. So I think around this zone hits. So if I make it instead of this radius, I make 25% wider radius, or maybe 30% wider radius, it would be better. Reduce the stun duration, 4 seconds is too much anyway. Increase the radius so you could hit more monsters. Even if it's 2 seconds stun, I'll be fine with it. It's enough to keep most things stunned until at least you regain one more charge or kill them. This is another thing I've suggested, so until I see what the synergies are, because I'm assuming maybe leveling up some skills would modify this one, and this one. So I want to see the next update and see if there's need for any changes. I know they're talented developers, so they know what they're when they're balancing the stuff. And this is a new class, so they really needed our feedback on it. And since they did, I sent some. I just wait for this to load out. Meanwhile,
Increased
one
map
more map.
streak, 3.
Alright, this loaded up. Do I have any skill points?
Your skill has increased.
Okay. Actually, why am I using this? I don't need this. I need some extra damage. This is level 20, I'm assuming. Yeah, everything here is 20. So we'll be losing this extra damage, this extra crit chance, this extra block chance. But we'll be getting damage from different sources. I just don't know where we would be getting the extra crit chance and block chance from. This guy per se, he doesn't really need much block chance extra additional to the one from the shield. Because he has his train, he can always go more defensive with a train car. That gives him the extra shield. I can see the proper tank build for this guy. There is a sword that gives you 20% block chance, 2 times 10. Maybe it can even go to 2 times 12. Do I have it in my inventory? I don't. So if you get a double block chance shield, like this one, this gives you like 30% block chance, and the sword with 20-ish, you will be having like 50% block chance, and with the shield car, you can get 15% reduced damage and another 50, so 65% reduced damage. And with the 50 block chance, that means you'll be taking damage 50% of the time, and that damage will be 65% reduced, so just 35% of its actual value. So this is gonna be the tank build for this guy. But it would need a specific weapon that gives you block chance on a weapon. I'll make sure to post a build with that once they add the train build. It will probably not be a full train build, and it might implement the pound skill instead of 5 train card skills. But currently the game doesn't need a tank. This is a serious thing, a game not needing tank builds and everyone being able to be DPS. Because the content currently is not challenging enough, so you would actually need a tank. So that you would actually need to be grouping with someone where you're the tank and they're the damage dealer. And I don't mind soul tank just being slow in dealing damage, but being unkillable. If it's hard content, why not? There's always been this in ARPGs where some bosses are extremely hard, and if you have a tank build, you're sure to kill them, just not fast enough as the damage dealers. But with the damage dealers, you would have to just be more versatile with movement skills and avoiding hits and stuff like that. Like on Path of Exile, if you get a Juggernaut, you can be a boss killer. If you're a mage, you can still kill bosses, you just have to be a bit more careful not to get hit. And here this game just doesn't have a need for tank. But has skills towards this, so... I'm looking looking forward to them adding some really hard content. Even if it's optional, even if it's stuff that people don't need to do, but would want to do for some extremely nice reward. It would be good to have something like that. Not for alpha maybe, but for the beta phase.
Not enough endurance. Not enough endurance. Your endurance decreases.
Again, a double HP map. Seem to be getting a lot of those today. Is that like second double HP map in a row? Seems like it. Before that I think it was Nimbo. Haven't gotten a Noxious or a Toxic yet. Haven't gotten a Lito either. I did damage enhanced. Not on this frontier, not on this hero, on the mage. On the other frontier, but still it was a damage enhanced. Okay, some sandstone.
Your endurance is low. Your endurance is decreasing.
Let's use dynamite, let's use my very... Oh, okay. The pet one-shot him. That dynamite does help his one-shots be actual one-shots and not two shots on tough opponents. And now with this Mage, I should be able to negate the double HP mod of the mod. Double damage versus double health.
You feel tired.
So yeah, since there is a blockchain sword, I would really like to see a shield that's more offensive oriented. Shield that doesn't give only defensive stats but gives some blockchains mixed with crit chance maybe. Or blockchains mixed with crit damage. Even if it's blockchains mixed with flat damage would be enough. But crit damage oriented would be okay. Crit damage or crit chance, either of those. Maybe both of them, that would be amazing.
You feel tired. endurance.
Come on. Okay, this is my relic weapon. Of course my pet does the hard work. Well, I'm just hitting the air and doing no damage. MVP. Okay, pet, go sell. Let's add
Increased map
counter.
streak, 4.
Okay, so the monsters weren't showing up at first. Did we miss anything? Yeah.
Not enough endurance.
I already started gathering this, let's finish it then. Didn't intend to, accidentally misclick, but
Endurance is low.
another double health map. 30 in a row. Okay, okay. Game lags. It's double HP maps.
You need more endurance.
And this build is affected by double HP more than my mage build per se. Because the more the HP, the further the distance grows between the clearing speed of this build and of my mage build. But this is like a gladiator build on games like Aeon or some Destroyer or whatever it was called, the one with the AoEs, the melee AoEs in Lineage. So a lot of AoEs and stuns and knockbacks. Just perfect type of melee class if you want to just deal damage and knockbacks and stuff. Typical bruiser class, so to say. love those Netherling elites. The cutest demons you've seen in a game. Alright, let's not call them demons, because they're their own thing in the game, in the Netherrealm. But they're the equivalent of demons and shadow spawns or whatever you wanna call them in different games. And the Netherlings are the cutest looking ones, like those spherical, what should I call them? Two-legged mouths. Do they have even eyes, or are they eyeless? It's just like a head on feet, and on the head there's just some teeth, and that's it, I think. Maybe they do have eyes, I haven't paid attention much to them. It's like a running purple emoticon without him. Let's go to the end of this section and just start attacking from.
Your endurance decreases. You feel tired. Your endurance is decreasing. You're feeling tired. Your endurance is running low. Is full.
Okay, the pet is full. Go sell pet. Those double HP maps, man. Okay, let's pick up those.
Your pack is too heavy.
Okay, I didn't want to pick up the white. just the green one. My money's been getting low because I haven't been picking up some items. But I wasn't picking up items because I was getting close to the money limit. So I wanted to avoid hitting the 20k limit.
Not enough endurance. You feel tired. Your endurance is
Okay, getting close to the end of the map. Seems like we're up for a long run now. Getting close to number 5. Let's see how far we can take it.
You need more endurance.
I'm giving it another half an hour, then I'll stop, regardless of whether we get to end the streak or.
You are exhausted. Not enough endurance. You can't carry anymore.
Oh, this one is annoying. Let's get him. Let's give all that shit to my pet. This one is.
Increased map streak, 5.
Okay, time to go and start map number 5 on this guy on this frontier. So I can probably stay until map number 6, the end of map number 6. I'm assuming 2 more maps would get me all the way to 9:30. It's 9:04 now, PM. Then I'll have to have a dinner break and stream some Titan quests after. Try and level up that druid. I'm gonna be trying some Petmancer druid. Seems like the nymph with its buff is powerful, and the wisp with its buff from the Atlantis expansion seem to be a good combo to have those with some wolves. Okay, the map hasn't loaded yet, there should be something here. Let's see if anything's attacking me. Yeah, there should be some objects, destructible, wootable, gatherable. Okay, and something's attacking my pet, so yeah. Okay, there we go. This is what I was waiting for this one. It's a toxic map, so okay. It was about time for something like this to show up. Next you probably get a Noxious, let's see what the next map would be. Using my relic weapon for those.
Is low. Not enough endurance.
Okay, the legendary drop. Nice, well then I can end it after this map. Because I really need to go and have dinner. Let me quickly change the streak to 0. Okay, I'll have to kill those first because it's a toxic map, so I can't afford staying KFK near monsters like on other map. Okay, now I can do that.
Set map streak, 0.
Let's see the drop, by the way. I'm sure it's not better, yeah. If it doesn't have chance to block, I don't need it. I want my pet blocking, regardless whether he has stun resistance, HP, etc. Damage blocked is damage avoided. So yeah. As for those boots, they're pretty neat, because the health regen per second, I sent some feedback about that. When you have 33,000 health and you have 2.7 HP per second, it's kind of a no-brainer that this stat is useless. It needs to be percent of HP per second and not flat HP per second. Then 1.3% HP per second, stacking it all the way to 3.3 would be nice. Let's have them attack me for a second. Get my HP. Oh yeah, it stays 1.3, doesn't go up. Let's get out of combat and see whether this would increase it. No, it stays the same. So it's barely regaining. If you can spend like 60 seconds or 100 seconds to fill up your HP from 1% to 100%, this is a reasonable amount. But if you have to wait thousands and thousands and thousands of seconds to regain your HP out of combat, or even during combat, it just yeah.
Your endurance decreases.
So let's get rid of those boots, I won't need them. And I need to find the short road, which is this one here.
You're feeling tired.
Oh, today I haven't been using my Ghost Train a lot. Usually I use the Ghost Train more than the other skills. But I've been using a lot in the Pound skill today.
Not enough endurance. Your pet is fleeing.
Let's do this first and then go towards the boss there. And this will be my last map before I go have dinner.
You are exhausted.
And I won't be returning with Torchlight until tomorrow. But if you're fans of Titan Quest or just simply like to see something different than what I usually do, you were in luck because I'll be playing some.
Tired.
What grabbed me when Titan Quest first got released and when Grim Dawn got released later on was that it reminds me of a mixture between Guild Wars 1 and Diablo 2, which are games on which I've spent my teenage years, hundreds of hours, probably thousands of hours in each game. So yeah, combining an ARPG with a multi-class system like in Guild Wars 1 was what made Titan Quest and Grim Dawn
You are exhausted.
stand out in and being their own things. Okay, second drop in this map. And I've never gotten this one, and it's critical hit chance and critical damage on a
Your
staff.
pet is back.
Sadly it's a bleeding staff, but it has its appeal. But currently with this sword I have 11.3 crit chance and 56.4 and another 36.8 from this crit damage. So it's 243% crit damage with 29 crit chance. With this is 195 crit damage, 29 crit chance. So yeah, seems like the sword setup is better. The good thing about the staff is it has if you're relying on basic attacks a lot. And Railmasters usually do. Okay, now I got glitched. Sometimes you can fix this by out and tabbing. It didn't get fixed. Sometimes you can fix it by doing this. It didn't get fixed. Oh yeah, it's funny how
Your pet is
at
running away.
such weird moments the game glitches on.
Your endurance is low.
Oh, I managed to fix it with a few out and taps in a row. Okay, there we go. Okay, enough for now. Thanks everyone for joining and watching, following, subscribing, and all the shebangs. And if you want to catch me later, probably in an hour or so, I'll be playing some Titan quests, leveling my druid. Goodbye for now from me, and see you either later or tomorrow. Peace out.